Hello and welcome back to part 4 of Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. I had previously lost my ability and I went back and got Stone because I kept losing Hammer. And Stone's just a little more offensive, so... And plus I just need to get through that middle one, really. That's really all you need it for. I actually would say this is the hardest one to get because you can lose it so easily in the water. Because, as you saw, I had to navigate through that water, and I did lose it there, believe it or not, a few times. So, but once you get this one, it's, smooth sailing. I don't think there's any others that are that difficult. Stone, I don't think I talked about Stone. Stone's very straightforward. As you can tell, you only have one stone, just like in the first Super Smash Brothers, where there's no differences. It's just a single rock, and it's straightforward. You just drop on an enemy and it kills them. It's really strong. It's a good ability. I mean, it's nothing spectacular, but it's nice. I will say though, in Kirby's Return to Dreamland, they definitely made Stone really nice because. In every other game, Stone would just, be a stone, but in Kirby's Return to Dreamland, you can actually do stuff like, make like a rocks that turn to like a fist when you do like the side side one button and all that, so, which is really nice. Speaking of which, Kirby's Return to Dreamland is a fantastic game. Seriously, go get it. It's really good. Right here, you have to be careful not to kill that or bump into that. You need this stone for this level. It's the only way to get the switch. Without it, you're gonna have to either restart the level or go outside the level and get it, which is a pain in the butt. So make sure you don't lose it. And this is also a bit complicated because there are little torpedoes around, and they have crash, and if they hit the ground and you're visible, you will lose your ability, and you have to go find it. This is where the challenge is, you don't want to get hit, or you will lose your ability, and you have to chase it, which is a pain in the butt. And once you do that, you'll get the switch, which is great. But yeah, Kirby, Return to Dreamland is one of my favorite games. It's so good. It does so many things right. It's a massive throwback to this game. But instead of just stopping there, they made sure to borrow elements from Kirby Superstar, which is something Kirby games need to do more. They need to build up from what we have and not, go backwards and see things as a new revision. It's one of the big issues I have with Pokemon, but that's another day, But I will say one thing, despite saying that. I just don't get why Game Freak, when they make Pokemon, they have Gold and Silver and the remakes, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which are like great. And they don't really build up on them. They like take out features and then they bring them back. And they're like, oh look, these new features. And then when they make a new generation, like they did with Generation 5, they took out stuff that Heart Gold and Soul Silver brought in. They need to stop doing that crap. They do. Kirby's guilty of that too. I mean, once this game came out, Kirby's The Amazing Mirror and Kirby Squeak Squad, they all just build off of this game's engine. They didn't really go off of Kirby Superstar engine, even though Kirby Superstar's engine is far superior and, what it can do, which is really annoying. Oh, speaking of which, to most people, I think one of the least favorite Kirby games, while not bad, but that mediocre level, is Kirby Squeak Squad. To me, I still think Kirby Squeak Squad's better than The Amazing Mirror. But that statement saying that it's not good, or it's not even great, or, there's other Kirby games that are, worth your time, they are correct. Kirby Squeak Squad is playing it safe, and it's extremely linear, and it's really nothing special. And while Kirby games are easy, that game is like really easy. I mean, they give you like all these unlockables in order to progress in the game, but it's too easy. I mean, I remember playing it the first time and got like all those unlockables without even trying. I didn't even know, and you know, they're like, oh, you have to go get the 7 gate key doors to open the door to the last level. And I'm like, I already did that. So this one's a pain in the butt because other than getting the laser, which you have to get really quickly, which even though you saw me get, you have to bounce the laser off of the wall right there and jump into the cannon real quick. And as you guys can tell, it's, well, that's really a tricky task. You can't, you know, you can't jump through the floor, so you have to be quick. So you have to, you know, in order to get that, you have to, you know, run, and your reward is the switch, which is great. I really like the sail graphics where they're moving back and forth. Just a nice little detail. Sorry to keep jumping back and forth on topics, but yeah, Kirby Squeak Squad is extremely linear, and but you know, I think that's what makes it better than the Amazing Mirror, is that, you know, at least I can play through it. But what it tries to do is that it tries to become like Kirby Superstar by adding the 3 button move sides. But at that point, it's just like, why not just go all out? So, you know. Because it bothers me when, you know, there is like Kirby Superstar, and it's like, why not make it better than Kirby Superstar? Because why not build up? You know, you build up on things. You shouldn't scale back. But like I said, both Kirby and including Pokemon, even though that's a little off topic, they have that issue. But you know, Pokemon will be for maybe another day. I like this song. I think I already played before, but I just like how it is. It's fast, and I don't know. I think that's what I like about it. It's a nice tempo. Yeah, this might be one of my most played Kirby games, because when I was a kid, when I got my Game Boy Advance, I didn't really get a lot of games on it, which I don't know why to this day, because I actually had more games on my Game Boy Color than I ever did on my Game Boy Advance. And with the console I had the most games on, of course, is the DS. I have a crap load of games on that. DS is a fantastic console. But this would be like one of the games I'd play like all the time. By the way, there's a little door right there, which is kind of hidden. You hit that switch, and there you go. It's a nice little thing, but I was able to notice that because of discoloration, so it's really cool. But you know, very clever. Trying to trick you to think it's just a little background, but it's not. But because I would always play this game, I always just like, you know, it's very fun to play it all the time. But you know, I did get kind of tired of it. But that's just, there's only so many times you can play a game. But just because I get tired of it doesn't mean I don't love it. Yes, Parasol is the easiest way to get through this level. If you don't have it, you're gonna have to do your best to dodge the exploding coconuts. So. I do like how in every game that the the Parasol, they start like adding a little bit more animations to it. Makes it look really nice. Especially in Return to Dreamland, where they have Kirby like smiling. I don't know, it's nice, that's all. Here is the next copy ability, Freezing. Just like Burning and all that, they do get combined in the future with, like, you know, ice. Freezing acts like Spike, where, you know, you just freeze everything in the you know, whatever is around you. So very simple. Freezing's okay. You know, the thing about Freezing and Spark and all that is that they all act the same, so you can't really criticize them. But just like Ice, I guess Freezing has more of a function to it because you can do more with it, but I never really cared for it. Yeah, so once you blow up that box, all the beautiful artwork, it's hidden by the one color of lavender. This one's also a pain in the butt in terms of getting switches. You actually have to activate the this little rope, whatever you call it, fuse, and probably wrong on that one. And you have to get to this side, and while that was easy there, I actually screwed that up a few times. So, but you need to be quick. You can't spend your time fighting the enemies because that will go off real quick. The only consequence is that you just have to run back and forth, though. But you know, it can become annoying. The only thing that I don't like about Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland is that I don't 100% like the way it controls. I don't know. I think it's a little... It's fast, but I think you're a little too slippery. So... I know for a fact, though, that in Superstar the slipperiness isn't there. But here it is. So... Yes, in this one you actually have to do some backtracking, so you know, grab a UFO, and luckily the door is still around, so you can go back and shoot that. So, you know, thank you, leniency, for not making us have to exit the level. As you guys can tell, we are starting to enter, you know, either nighttime, which I doubt, or, you know, space. So, you know, levels from here on out are going to be all space themed. And I do like the look of it, the aesthetics, they look very nice. And this is where you will be able to pick up UFOs. UFO is actually the only ability where when you take it, you can't leave with it. So, you know, like when you beat a level, you can take like, you know, fire, sword, hammer. But UFO, you can't take that with you. It's restricted to the levels only. And I don't know why. Maybe it's... I don't know, maybe they think it's too cheap and they don't want you to take it with you everywhere. So here are more Poppy Bomb Seniors. They do fight in duos. Some bosses do as well, but I don't think I don't know if I show them off. Right here, Meta Knight would also throw that invincibility candy, but sadly, it's gone. But I don't know, it bothers me because it's like, why not? I wonder if they were rushed. I really don't know, but maybe they were rushed that, you know, if it wasn't deemed important, why do it, so. And here is Meta Knight's Gauntlet. If I'm correct, I think I am, but I could be putting my foot in my mouth. I think this is the final Gauntlet. And the reason for that is, well, we have a very interesting boss we're going to be fighting next. And here's the last of the Sir Knights, because I think that's what his crew is called, the Sir Knights, essentially. And here is our boss, Meta Knight. Yes, a showdown with Meta Knight, in which you have to get the sword in order to fight him. This is actually one of the the most fun bosses in the game, and extremely memorable. I know a lot of people remember this game. They remember the fight with Meta Knight. Yes, he can in fact, you know, clash your sword and deflect. So you just gotta get him in the open. You gotta hit him when he's open and hit him hard and fast. He's not a hard boss battle, but you know, it's really cool that you can have a sword fight with Meta Knight. You know, it's just like a duel. And the environment to it's really nice too. So even though it's very quick and fun and fast and all that, I really like that boss battle. It's one of my favorites. And here we are at the final level, Rainbow Resort. Very space and, you know, space. As you can tell, this level takes place in space. Ah. Well, that was dumb. So, Rainbow Resort is a okay level as a whole. Like, the levels are all single themed. Like, they're all themed after something. You know, as you can tell, one with sky, one with clouds, one with water, one with beach, etc., etc., etc. But I like Rainbow Resort. but at the same time, I also think it's a little generic. I don't know, it's there. Now, if you're a big Super Smash Bros. Player and you play Melee, you'll recognize that, you know, one of Kirby's stages in that is called the Fountain of Dreams. And that is, in fact, based off of, you know, this game. Because, you know, the place you're trying to head to is the Fountain of Dreams. The whole goal of this game is that we're trying to get to the Fountain of Dreams with the Star Routes. So pretty cool, huh? In order to get this one, you need, like, Spark in order to break the boxes. And then after that, you're gonna need another ability in order to break the pillars. Luckily, this level does give you burning, so you gotta make sure to do that. Another way you can do this is grab, like, you know, a beam in order to get here. But I prefer to use Spark. It's quicker. You don't have to worry about getting hit, and yeah. Now, I keep mentioning Beam, but I just realized I don't think I've ever spoke about it. Beam's, you know, it's on the box art to Kirby Superstar, and, you know, it's considered like the most basic ability because it is the first ability you suck up. It's really simple. You just hit B and you shoot a beam wave. That's about it. In future games, though, it becomes far more elaborate and far more, you know, useful. I do like the little jester hat that Kirby gets with it. It's nice looking. Like the red and yellow, they're cool looking.